good lens, maybe like $5, $15, $20,000, good enough. What the mini Airy, the mini Airy is like $40-something thousand plus the memory card. Like I don't know, like you're looking to spend a lot of money. And if you want to fucking you want to do the same thing with the Venice, and the Venice is also going to set you back a lot of money. It's like buying a brand new 2024 Lexus, and that's not even like completely like with all the gear to make it look smooth, like with dollies and whatnot. So the Red Scarlet, it came out like what, 10 years ago or something like that, and it was like $10,000 or less. And you can just put that thing on a tripod, or even shoot handheld, because I think that's what Steven Soderbergh was doing. Well, the Red 1 cameras, well, the Red 1 was pretty affordable compared to other cinema cameras, and the Red Scarlet, very close restoration. Well, over there is close restoration. Let's see, flat trail, twin fawns. You know what? I'm gonna go check it out. So, some red cameras are really expensive, like the red I don't know if it was a Red Dragon or something like that. It was like 40,000, but for the most part I think like red cameras are affordable to the average person that's maybe a single guy, you know, living below his means and saving like crazy, working a lot, and like in a place here like in California. Like the Red Komodo is a $6,000 camera. If you want to get a simple setup, it's probably going to cost you like $10,000. That's their latest cinema, one of the latest cinema cameras. And but now there's also the budget friendly, like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema cameras, and just the Ursas, which are like a $6,000. The Ursa 12K is like $6,300 something. Plus you can buy yourself probably a cheap lens for like $1,000, plus a memory card or whatnot, and plus like a MacBook and a tripod. Like you could possibly, according to the internet, according to their website, you could just edit it on a tripod. So for like maybe $10,000, you can get like a simple like a tripod. Creek crossing is subject to flooding and changing conditions. Cross at your own risk. So you can possibly film a low budget movie with like a brand new laptop, an Ursa, and what do you call it? Just like a simple setup with a lens, and for like $10,000, you can buy the gear to make a movie. Like a simple movie, if it's on a tripod. The reason I say tripod is because to buy like other things for the camera, it might cost more, like to actually stabilize it via one of those things that you put on around your body. Like that can be very expensive. You know what, I'm not gonna go down there. I'm gonna have to come back with somebody else. But me personally, like I shot like 3.5 movies, mostly non-narrative. There's only one film that actually had a narrative. It's exploring why people go to Australia on the working holiday visa, and what do they think about Australia and their home city, and just their opinions about the two different locations, the two different countries. So that one had a plot, but even then, like, it wasn't completely stabilized. Some of it was stabilized, but that was the closest thing to like a pro movie that I've ever shot. And I'm currently working on another film. It's going to be about 60 minutes. Yeah, I filmed it across many countries, and it's going to be footage of the countries while I narrate stories of assault. So the name of the film is going to be called Dark Tales from 6 Different Areas, or 7 areas, depending on how many areas I end up covering. But I already filmed most of it. It's going to be, well, experimental, obviously, because that's what you would call it, because I'm also going to include videos of a character that I created, and that character is gonna be in a car at night, and every single time, like every 10 to 20 minutes worth of stories, it's going to cut back to my character in the car, angry, talking about the stories that I just spoke about and the reality of those dark stories of assault, or his opinions, which are most likely realities. And it's going to be a very interesting movie. It's going to be shot entirely on a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K with a super 35mm sensor and 13 stops of dynamic range. Then I'm going to work on a documentary, and it's going to be about the Wind Wolves Preserve. I'm going to shoot it out here. It's probably going to be like 20 minutes, maybe less. Who knows? It might end up being like a 30-40 minute short documentary. It's going to all be static shots of this place, all shot in this cinema camera with the tripod. And it's going to be an informative documentary. talking about the preserve. And maybe that one will be good enough for me to submit to a film festival. I wouldn't mind that. Hopefully it is good enough. Oh look, another freaking lizard. But yeah, I haven't really shot many. Like, I shot this one documentary called Bakersfield 2022, and it was inspired by like poetic non-narrative of documentaries, such as Reggio Godfrey, I think that's how you pronounce his name, his Koyaanisqatsi documentaries. That's a blue, I just saw a blue, a dragon, what do they call it? Dragon flies, yes. So yeah, the first, so this one will be more of a narrative documentary than I'm currently filming. The second one will be more of a narrative documentary. It's going to be informative about the Windwills Preserve. And the 2022 Bakersfield one was mostly static shots, but there was a lot of panning too. And it was just talking about the harsh reality of what it's like to live in Bakersfield for a lot of people, and how Bakersfield has a high rate of suicide and violent assaults. And there was a lot of the film where it was just like ominous and dark and melancholic music, mixed with my imagery. But there's also this film called Homo Sapiens, which is essentially kind of similar to the film that I shot, the 2022 Bakersfield documentary, but I never even knew of this film's existence until today. And his films are just static shots of, what do you call it? Like empty places, abandoned places, like places abandoned by nuclear accidents. But that's not how my documentary was. My documentary in 2022 Bakersfield had a lot of scenes at night, mostly, of Bakersfield, showing how empty and how very little life there is to the city at night. I wanted to portray Bakersfield for what it was, for what the rumors of the city being like are, which is a very boring city. But you can do things like this, which I find not boring. Going out for a jog by myself, exploring what the city has to offer. This is something the city has to offer. But you need a car out here, so if you arrive to Bakersfield without a car and you don't have any friends, then it could be very boring, even more boring. Well, it's the same thing with every place. But if you have a car, you can come out to a place like this. And I'm not going to explore everything this place has to offer, this preserve has to offer today. I can also explore a lot of parts of Sequoia National Forest. There's a lot of parts of that forest where I haven't visited. I barely even scratched the surface. I haven't even seen 1%, literally not even 1% of the Sequoia National Forest, even though I've been there, I don't know how many times. I have no idea. And it's possible that I will never even experience more than 1%, just due to how massive Sequoia National Forest is. But even if I experience 1/10 of 1% of what that place has to offer, I think that might be more than